Alright, first things first, yes, 4,000 subscribers, I did cut the beard off, you know what I'm saying, mustache, goatee. Thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. We're actually at like 1,014 around there, so I appreciate y'all. It's Black History Month, so shout out to T Banks, you know, Black people for life. So let's just get into these reactions. I got a lot of videos to react to. Videos have been going insane, so let's get to it.
So for context, I was born in 2001. I grew up watching a variety of cartoons, sitcoms, and whatever the big three had to offer at the time. When I was younger, I never really paid attention to these films in a deep way. I just consumed it. But whenever I did see a black character, man, it made me happy. I say this all the time, but representation matters. These little instances of seeing people that look like you or not will affect you on a psychological level. That is why in 2026 is so infuriating, because even the thought of a black lead will have everybody mad. Today we're gonna be looking back on some of my favorite childhood shows and just point out how, you know, black people are depicted in these shows. The reason I'm even doing this video is because on TikTok lately there has been a trend of people doing videos mocking the stereotypical black character.
Case girl, what's wrong? You look like somebody just ate the last rib at the cookout.
Cookout? What does that mean?
Oh girl, just be grateful you ain't got 12 little brothers and sisters, cause woo, being stuck in the cycle of poverty is a trip. It's trifling.
Well, Sarah has been bullying me.
Oh
yeah, not gonna lie, that's very cringy. I'm sorry, I have to be the one to say it. Prime example that I can give y'all is 15 Cent off of Proud Family. If you don't know who 15 Cent is, I'm about to pull it up right now. It's just something about when these people pull up on the screen, they just like, they gotta change the music, they gotta like make it extra, like I don't even know the word, they just gotta make it like you can see that, you can feel and see the dynamic shift when the black represented character comes on the set. It's weird, but I don't know.
girl, what? Let me just nip this in the bud right quick, cause ain't nobody gonna be bullying my beautiful light-skinned main character best friend. Okay, girl.
All I think about now is the stupid chemistry test. I mean, I can't eat. You can't eat. Girl, it's worse than I thought. By the way, Case, I think we should study together this weekend. Oh, thanks, Reginiqua. You're the best. Perfect.
Reginiqua?
You can do the work and I'll hang out with your fine brother, Jake.
Wow.
Now I want to go ahead and make this disclaimer now. If you are one of those people that use the "it's not that deep, bro," go ahead and click off my video. All right, bro, we woke over here, the real woke. No more talking, man.
It is that deep, honestly. It really is. Let's talk about it.
I highly recommend the act of rewatching media. Nostalgia plays a huge role in why we love things, and this can skew the validity of whether it was good or not. It makes sense because when you were younger, you were happier. So a lot of times people associate these happy times with whatever they were consuming at this time, TV shows, cartoons, and it's just considered automatically good. Now it's also great to rewatch media because you can get a different perspective. The way you digest a show at 8 years old versus your adulthood will contrast. When I was younger, I loved the show Everybody Hates Chris, but whenever I saw Julius, like, he irked me. I was like, bro, why are you being this cheap?
That's $2.89 worth of food.
Fast forward.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest, this is actually so real. I was just rewatching Everybody Hates Chris when I was at work, bro. And honestly, as you get older, a lot of these things, like, it just really, as a kid, you don't really notice this stuff, but as you get older, it's like, okay, they was really, like, throwing it straight in our face, bro. It's crazy.
To 2026, I'm a father of my own, living in this economy. I understand you, big bro. Now let's talk about some tropes. We're gonna start off with the best black friend trope. This is also referred to as the token black friend, and in my opinion, I call it the "here nigga damn" type of character. This individual is only added into the show to say that there is diversity. They are usually one of the few black characters on the show, but they have no type of agency, they lack depth, and rarely has a plot centered around them. An example of this that I remember growing up is Tucker from Danny Phantom. Absolutely love this show growing up. I think it got to be in my top. It's in my top 10 cartoons.
I'm not gonna lie, Danny Phantom.
Just looking back, I never noticed this trope. I was really just happy to see a black character. But as I was rewatching,
no, that's really how I be. I'm gonna be honest. Like, when I be watching shows that I haven't watched or in a long time, or I haven't watched at all, I be looking. I be like, where the black people at? I be trying to look for the black people. Like, I don't know, it just makes me feel more connected to the show. I don't know how to explain it. I just be looking for the black people sometimes, bro. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm black and proud. Black people for life, man.
you can most definitely see how he fits it. You see, Tucker is one of Danny's best friends. He's real tech savvy, great with hacking. He does all the back end work for Danny Phantom, you know, like setting up gadgets, things of that nature. And it's always helping Danny achieve his goals. What I dislike the most though is that Tucker is 9 times out of 10 the butt of the joke.
Hey there,
No.
I didn't ask you yet.
And not to be that guy, but they got this man around here chasing white women the entire show. Now, as far as plots goes, they do give him a few. There's an episode where he gets possessed and turns evil, and then another one when he's like jealous of Danny Phantom's powers. They fall flat to me because they don't really lead anywhere. It's like after that show, it's like, okay, just back to normal. As far as his art goes, I think it could have went a little better. By the end of the show, he basically realizes that he's the sidekick. Like, he just stand in his place, and Danny Phantom, the white man, is his show. Maybe I'm tripping, okay? If you watch the show, let me know how y'all feel about it. Now, this example, you don't even gotta debate it. Tebow from iCarly, he fits this trope perfectly. He isn't specifically anyone's best friend. He's more of like friends with everybody in the group. The main cast of iCarly has no black people, okay? And Tebow is just one of the 2 recurring black characters on the entire show.
Wait, who's the other? Oh, yeah, Principal Franklin.
It's him and then Principal Franklin. Despite being in 25 of the 97 episodes, there is no depth to Tebow at all. All we know about him is that his real name is Terrence. He's the manager or owner of the groovy smoothie. Like, we never get a definite answer. And I want to say he's Jamaican. I think they hinted at it, but didn't necessarily say it. But just because he
that's actually true. I seen one clip of iCarly and the whole cast was speaking like trying to speak Jamaican, bro, or speak like the patois accent. That junk was wild, bro. I'm gonna be like, I was like, yo.
He's a black man with dreads don't mean he's Jamaican. So I don't, we still don't know that. But in short, we know so little about him because he is strictly used for comedic relief. He's loud, funny, over exaggerated, and he got this gimmick of like putting different foods on a stick. Nigga, how the hell you do that? He's a very loved character. So it's just disappointing that we couldn't get more from him. Maybe learn a little bit about his backstory, how he got into the smoothie business, etc. Right? They did my boy dirty, man. And this is a common theme that you will see in Dan Schneider films.
But the thing about Dan Schneider, and I didn't even notice, I recently learned, I was watching Good Burger, and Good Burger's like one of my all-time favorite movies. Yo, I didn't even realize the manager was actually Dan Schneider till I Googled it. I'm like, yo, this dude been a freak, and he's been in his own movies. So just imagine, like, how twisted his mind really is. This dude is insane, bro. I don't know how he not in jail.
The next trope we have is the sassy black woman. In my opinion, this is the most common trope, and we see it all the time.
The Willie T. Ribs racer cheerleaders are about perfection, hard work, sweat, tears.
This is where a black woman is written as loud, having a lot of attitude, overprotective of their main white lead, and in the name, sassy. They also love doing that hand on the hip, finger wag, neck roll thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A great example of this trope that I remember is Ivy from Good Luck Charlie. You could also debate that she fits the best black friend trope as well. Now in the show, it's starring Teddy, and Teddy has a best friend named Ivy. She's extremely loyal, always gives great advice, and will do pretty much anything to ensure that Teddy achieves her goals. Once again, she is one of the few black characters on the cast, so you see the common theme here. And
that's the one thing I don't like about those like Nickelodeon films, like especially like in the earlier days. Like, bro, I would just be so happy to see a black person in the freaking thing, bro, and like in the show. It's just like, that's why I'm going back to what I was saying earlier. Like, bro, I be watching shows, I be looking for the black people, bro. I want to know where my people are, bro.
If I'm tripping, if y'all ever watched the show, has there ever been a time where Teddy is at Ivy house, around her family? I don't think so. I may be going deep here, but like, did they do that on purpose? In my opinion, it perpetrates like the stereotype that black people, they don't come from stable homes, it's toxic, there's no father in the house, and that's not the case for all of us. Who's to say that a white kid from Nebraska watching this show is basically thinking what I just said of why they not at Ivy house? Like, it would have been cool to have a few scenes where they in Ivy's bedroom. She's always just coming to Teddy house. Despite all this, man, Ivy was a very loved character. Like, if you go online, TikTok, YouTube, people have multiple compilations of them just being together, and a lot of people say that they are the best friend duo on Disney Channel ever. I just feel like with her being being one of the few black characters on the cast, black women at that, they could have drawn her a little better, made her less stereotypical. You know, I'm so tired of seeing the same archetype of women, bro. Like, can we get like a girly girl, a goth black girl? Like, you know, mix it up, bro. We want something different. Another example I remember very early on is Lashana from Total Drama Island. Man, I was rewatching back this show and I was like, how did my parents...
Hot take, I never really watched Total Drama Island like that. And I don't know why. I just never really watched it. I'm just being honest. I never really watched that. So
let me watch
it.
There's so many inside like dirty jokes, bro.
Like,
even on the surface, it's funny as hell.
Said you can't hear me.
Now, Lashana is one of the only black characters on the cast. And I ain't gonna lie, man, Lashana always been a baddie to me. But off the rip on the show, man, she comes out with her sassiness.
You're jumping.
Whoa.
Make me.
She's loud, very outspoken, and take no type of shit from nobody. Now, aside from the sassiness, she doesn't really fit everything associated with this trope.
My
For
audio's
example, most
fine.
black women that fit this are never seen as vulnerable. They're always just strong. Lashana does have moments when she's being soft. You know, she's expressing that she maybe have been wrong in this situation, shouldn't have came off this way. So you see that in the show. They even give her a love interest, and what you'll notice with this trope is that most of the time they try to make the character less desirable to a societal standard. So they'll make them darker, you know, heavy.
I'm gonna be honest, another example of this kind of, and it's most of the time, is Rochelle off of Everybody Hates Chris, Chris's mom. Every time she's portrayed, it's always, I don't got time for this. My man got 3 jobs. My man got 2 jobs. Whatever, you know, like, and I kind of feel like that's like stereotypical. She's always portrayed as having anger and like crashing out. Like, notice how every time the show ends, it's always like like something bad's about to happen to Chris. Like, it'll be a great day until the end of the freaking show or the episode. It like, I don't know. Maybe it's just something that I picked up on ever since I've been watching it again. I don't know.
And when they do this, the characters never have a love interest. So it was different here. But I don't know how Dr. Umar, you know, gonna feel about this interracial couple right here. Now, a character that fits all the boxes and isn't up for debate that fits this trope is Andre's grandmother from Victorious. This is another Dan Schneider show. And like I said, you will see the pattern when he writes black characters. She's loud, aggressive, and her role is very similar to Tebow. Like, you know, pop in, say something funny, and get up out of here. I know it's just jokes and all, but as one of the only black women on the cast, this is how y'all portray her. And just even bring it back up, Lashana, you could kind of see how stuff balances out with her. But with Andre's grandmother, it's just straight up character. Now, this trope even represents little girls, you know, little black girls in shows. A recent example of this is Erica Sinclair. She's sassy, real snappy with those.
I'm gonna be honest, shout out to Pryor Ferguson. Pryor Ferguson, she one of them ones, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I'm only 2 years older than her. Wait a freaking minute. Hold up. That means, how old was she when they were filming the early seasons of Stranger Things? Because think about this, right? If she was 9 years old in this, I was 11. Whatever, bro. I don't care. Pryor Ferguson is probably one of the greatest. I don't know,
the
man.
thing that balances her out is that, you know, she is a nerd and she is very smart. They let you know that in the show. But I never see that vulnerability with her. She's never like soft. They don't give her enough screen time to even show that. And just to give Stranger Things a little bit of grace, it could even be her just being bratty. You know, because she mainly like standing up to adults telling you, I ain't no little kid, like I can, that's kind of the vibe I get. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And lastly, this trope doesn't just stand for black women, it stands for animals voiced by black women.
You better stop poisoning my baby's head. Just what do you think you're doing?
You got rid of the only man standing between us and a sesame seed bun so we can celebrate the day you came into the world.
Hey man,
it really do get that deep. Like, it gets that deep. That's what I'm saying. Happy Black History Month, man. Black people for life. It gets that deep, bro.
This trope can go in very deep.
Who wrote Back in the Barnyard?
This
Who
video
wrote
right
that?
Here. This brother broke it down perfectly, and it's a solid video, man.
Who was the creator of Back at the Barnyard?
Now let's talk about solutions, because there are many. For one, hire more black people on your cast. That'll nip all of this in the bud. I don't feel like these writers do this on purpose. I think they just see examples because it shows so much, so they just end up thinking that it's true. I say this all the time, man,
I agree. I don't think all of this
really have interactions with us. The way they perceive us is the way they see us on TV, social media, etc. So they model it after these things. And let's say you do want to have in a sassy black woman character or a black best friend trope right here. You can balance it out by adding other black characters that don't fit those tropes. You can have a sassy black woman, but also add in a gothy girl, sprinkle in a girly girl over here. You know what I'm saying? You can mix it up. And if your character is one of the only black people, give them depth as well. Let them be able to stand on their own. Have them have a plot every now and then, you know? That's just all we asking for. But that's it for this video though, man. I hope y'all enjoy. I want to start doing more TV analysis, more movie analysis. Listen, I know a lot of y'all been asking me to do a video on who cloned Tyrone, and it's gonna depend on how this video right here do, or let me know in the comments if y'all really want to see it. But look, no more talking, man. I appreciate all the love, all the support. If y'all want to see something similar to this, go check out The Truth About Black Nerds.
Shout out to Tonio. I used to watch him play 2K.